Hello everybody, welcome to the session. In this session we are going to see PCI DSS law and standards, and after that we will cover cloud security standards, okay, and we will see guidance there. Okay, here first of all we will know what is meant by PCI DSS and what is meant by PCI SSC, and after that we will see the elements of PCI DSS, and after that the principles of PCI DSS and the 12 important compliance requirements for PCI DSS. PCI DSS, the abbreviation is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, is a set of security standards designed to ensure that all companies that accept, process, store and transmit credit card information to maintain a security environment. Here 4 levels have been mentioned as of PCI standards. The level 1, the merchants that process over 6 million card transactions annually, they comes under level 1. Level 2 is consisting the merchants, okay, that process 1 to 6 million transactions annually. Level 3 contains the merchants, okay, that process 20,000 to 1 million transactions annually, and the bottom level, level 4, contains merchants that process fewer than 20,000 transactions annually. These 4 levels are with respect to the PCI standards. The current PCI DSS standard, actually the till now the PCI DSS version 3.2 was in use. Now PCI DSS version 4 came to the picture. It suppressed previous version PCI DSS version 3.2. The PCI Security Standard Council PCI SSC issued the newer version. Who needs PCI DSS certification? Any organization that accepts, handles, stores and transmits the cardholder data must be PCI compliant. The size of the business and the number of transactions that merchant can do annually doesn't exempt a company from being compliant. Cardholder data includes debit, credit and prepaid cards, okay, used by the customers. What is the main objectives of PCI DSS? The goal of PCI DSS payment card industry data security standard is to protect cardholder data and sensitive authentication data wherever it is processed, stored and transmitted. What are the 6 major principles of PCI DSS? The first major principle is secure network requirement. The second principle is cardholder data requirement. Third one is vulnerability and management requirement. The fourth one is access controls requirements. The fifth one is monitoring and testing requirements, and the last one is security policies requirements. Here first of all we need to know what is PCI compliance. Payment card industry compliance is mandated by credit card companies to help ensure the security of credit card transactions in the payments industry. Payment card industry compliance refers to the technical and operational standards that the business follow to secure and protect credit card data provided by the card holders and transmitted through card processing transactions. PCI standards for compliance are developed by and managed by PCI Security Standards Council, PCI SSC. Here there are 12 requirements, okay, that are mentioned, as compliance requirements. These requirements set forth by PCI SSC are both operational and technical, and the core focus of these rules is always to protect the data, particularly cardholder data. The list continues like this. We will see each and every requirement in detail. The first requirement is install and maintain a firewall configuration to protect the cardholder data. Actually here installation of firewall is very necessary here. The firewall restricts which traffic has to be come inside and which traffic has to be go outside. Here the rules and regulations, okay, for the firewall need to be updated frequently. Actually firewall is the first line of protection, okay. So here the proper configuration of firewall as well as router, okay, makes the environment more secure than other, okay. And the second requirement is do not use vendor supply defaults for system passwords and other security parameters. Here it focuses on hardening your organization systems such as servers, network devices, applications and operating systems and firewalls, wireless access points, etc. Most of the operating systems and devices, some softwares come with factory default settings such as username, passwords and other insecure configuration parameters. Actually these parameters are published online and they are very simple to guess. So such default passwords and other security parameters need to be modified by the user, okay. Actually if we don't modify, these are not permitted for these purposes. So configuration hardening procedures, okay, need to modify those supplied, okay, vendor supplied passwords, all those things. The third requirement is protect stored cardholder data. Here whenever the data is stored, that has to be protected. So here we have very popular encryption algorithm. By using any of the industry accepted algorithm, particularly for encryption, we can encrypt the algorithm so that the data is going to be secured from outside people. The popular encryption algorithms are AES-256, RSA-2048, and the data is going to be truncated and it is tokenized, and sometimes it has to be hashed, okay. Along with the credit card data encryption, the requirement also talks about the strong PCI DSS encryption key management process. Many times the server providers or merchants don't know they are storing unencrypted primary account numbers, and therefore running a tool like card data discovery becomes important. So here the requirement also includes the rules for how primary account number should be displayed. Sometimes the last 4 digits need to be masked, sometimes the first 4 digits need to be masked, like that. The fourth requirement here is encrypt transmission of cardholder data across the public network. Similar to the requirement 3, while it is being transmitted, the data has to be encrypted, okay. Here the public network refers, it might be transmitted through internet, 802.11, Bluetooth technology, GSM technology, CDMA technology, like that. You must know where you are going to send, from where you are going to receive the information. Majorly the card data is transmitted to the payment gateway, processor, etc. for processing transactions, okay. Cyber criminals can potentially access cardholder data when it is transmitted across the public network. So we need to be more cautious. We need to be the environment must possess the advanced protocols like TLS, SSH, like that. The next requirement is use and regularly update antivirus softwares or programs, okay. After having the antivirus softwares installed in our environment, we need to frequently update. The updated versions can minimize the most frequent threats. The next one is develop and maintain secure systems and applications. Here it is important to define and implement a process that allows identify and classify the risk of security vulnerabilities. Here after having the secured environment, we need to have the patches regularly. The patches, critical patches, in timely we need to update them. Patches all systems in the card data environment, including the following things: operating systems, firewalls, application software, databases and POS terminals. The next requirement is restrict access to the cardholder data by business need to know. Here this requirement talks about role based, okay, authorization. Here we need to maintain one table, the role wise, for each role which information is to be kept available, because all the sensitive information need not to be available for all the employees. So role based list need to be maintained here, so that we can hide the sensitive information from the users which are allowed to access the information for common usage. Okay, the next requirement is assign a unique ID to each person with computer access. Okay, here according to requirement, you should not use shared or group user and passwords. Every authorized user must be given with unique identifier and passwords. Must be actually those passwords must be complex. This ensures that whenever someone accesses cardholder data, that activity can be traced. Okay, the next requirement is restrict physical access to the cardholder data. Here this requirement focuses on protection of physical access to systems with cardholder data. Without physical access controls, the another person can get the access. He can access to installation to steal, to disable or interrupt or destroy critical systems and cardholder data. So we need to monitor securely. It requires usage of video cameras, surveillance cameras, electronic access control to monitor entry and exit doors of physical locations such as data center. And particularly all removable or portable media containing the cardholder data must be physically protected. Okay, it is necessary to destroy the information whenever it is no longer it is used. The next requirement is track and monitor all access to the network resources and cardholder data. Here, the vulnerability in physical and wireless networks make it easier for cyber criminals to steal cardholder data. So, this requirement requires that all systems must have correct audit policies set and send the logs to the centralized system log server. Here we can make use of SIEM, security information and event management tools, okay, that can help us to receive the data from different logs, okay, across the networks. Okay, by auditing the logs and reports frequently, we can identify any suspicious activity. And the next requirement is regularly test secure systems and processes. Here, once everything has been set up properly, after that we need to test, okay, periodically. The vulnerabilities are being discovered continually by malicious individuals and researchers. Therefore, all the systems and processes must be tested on frequent basis to ensure the security is maintained. The following periodic activities are required, okay, in this requirement. The first one is wireless analyzer scan to detect and identify all authorized and unauthorized wireless access points on quarterly basis, and all external IPs and domains exposed in the CDE are required to be scanned by PCI approved scanning vendor at least quarterly. Third one is internal vulnerability scan must be conducted, okay, at least quarterly. All external IPs and domains must go through exhaustive application penetration test and network penetration test quarterly. Okay, these four, okay, need to be covered in this requirement. And the final requirement is maintain a policy that addresses information security for all the personnel. This final requirement piece is of PCI compliance, and it is dedicated to core PCI DSS goal of implementing and maintaining an information security policy for all employees and other relevant parties. This information security policy must be at least yearly reviewed and disseminated to all the employees, vendors, contractors and users. Users must read the policy and acknowledge the policy. The requirement also requires you to perform the following things: annually the formal risk assessment that identifies critical risks, threats and vulnerabilities and remedies. The second one is user awareness training. The third one is employee background checks, and the fourth one is incident management. All these requirements are reviewed by QSA and verified that they are adequately implemented. Okay, so actually the PCI DSS compliance is not easy, but the worth, okay, benefits from this compliance is that much worth. So although it is difficult standard to maintain, the benefits are worth it. So despite the difficulties, company should strive to comply with the PCI DSS, because failure to this compliance can have significant consequences. So till now we saw the importance of PCI DSS and the standards of PCI DSS set by PCI, okay, SSC, and the requirements of PCI compliance. Now we are going to see the steps of cloud security standards guidance. The first step, ensure effective governance, risk and compliance process exist. The second step is audit operational and business processes. The third one is manage people, roles and identities. The next step, fourth step is ensure proper protection of data and information, and the next one is enforce policies for protection of personal data, and the next one is assess the security provisions for cloud applications, and next one, step 7, ensure cloud networks and connections are more secure, and step 8, evaluate security controls and physical infrastructure and facilities. Ninth step is manage security terms in the cloud service management or agreement, and the final step is understand the security requirements of the exit process. Okay, these 10 steps are important in this cloud security standards guidance. Okay, I hope you people understood something. Okay, we will meet again in our next session.